What's up, Nintendo Gamers? The Kid here with part 3 of my Road to E3 2014 Nintendo video. This time we'll be focusing on third parties and among other subjects. So, since there isn't a lot of third parties right now for the Wii U, or the 3DS for that fact, I'm just going to be kind of talking about games we could possibly get. One is Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Now, Call of Duty has really not been ever missing out on any Nintendo console. It was on the Wii, and now it's on the Wii U. We've gotten Black Ops 2, and we've gotten the new, basically, Modern Warfare 4 Call of Duty Ghosts. So now in another company, it's coming out, and that's Sledgehammer Games, and they're coming out with another Call of Duty surprise this year, and it's called Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Yeah, sounds a little bit too similar to Infinity Ward's Call of Duty Modern Warfare, but okay. So yeah, set in the future, all that fantastic stuff. But we don't know if it's coming to the Wii U or not. It's that whole game that Activision always plays. The game will most likely be announced maybe a month or a month and a half before release, possibly before that or later, and we'll get a release date for the Wii U. I don't know why Activision does that. I mean, if they speak up a little bit earlier, maybe the sales will be slightly better, but okay, I don't get that marketing strategy, but that's them. Yes, I buy Call of Duty. Call of Duty's fun. It's a blast. People have their problems with it. I have my problems with it, but really Call of Duty is just madness and fun for me. Most of the time I'm just laughing at how hilarious things are in the game. So yeah, I'm excited for Call of Duty Advanced Warfare if it does come out. I didn't get Ghosts because I heard Ghost was pretty bad and I just really didn't want to deal with it. I like games that I'm going to actually enjoy, and seeing as a lot of Call of Duty, even the hardcore fans, really just didn't like this, especially critics who usually give Call of Duty pretty decent review scores. They really didn't like this game because it did nothing really new that Modern Warfare didn't. So, all my rambling with Call of Duty, the other third-party games we can look forward to that's actually coming out for the Wii U and 3DS is Sonic Boom. Yes, I'm actually doing updates on this game, guys, so look for that on my channel if you guys didn't know. But yes, I'm pretty excited for Sonic Boom on the Wii U. We haven't yet seen anything on the 3DS, so I'm expecting it to be probably a pretty good port. But yeah, I mean, I'm not super excited for Sonic Boom, but I am pretty excited for it. I mean, it's a new take on the series, kind of. Even though I kind of don't agree with some of the redesigns that they did, especially with all this sports tape on them. It's just ridiculous, and it makes really no sense. I mean, there's sports tape on the shoes, and there's just on the gloves, and it just makes really no sense. Why do you have sports tape when you're wearing gloves? Like, really, and just having Sonic with a scarf to basically say, oh, Sonic is an adventurer, so let's put a scarf on him, is just very, well, it's just not a good reason to redesign a character. Basically what they're saying is, oh, Sonic is fast, he's athletic, he's an adventurer, so let's put a scarf on him. It means he's an adventurer. Yeah. Oh, he's also athletic and he runs and stuff, so sports tape on him. Yeah, he's an athletic little hedgehog. Yeah, let's put that on him. It's really unnecessary. Basically, anyone who knows Sonic knows he's fast, athletic, and he's an adventurer. You don't need to blast that in our face with these redesigns that make no rhyme or reason for it. And yeah, but other than that, I have an open mind about it. It's going to be more adventure-esque. You're going to be able to play as multiple characters, which is nice. I'm excited to play as Tails, because Tails is like my second favorite Sonic character, and he's adorable. You can't deny that. Tails is adorable. But hopefully with Sonic they get his speed right. You can actually run through levels and stuff at a pretty cool speed. It looks like that from the trailers we've seen. We've seen Sonic running on water, and hopefully, like some people want, it is kind of open world-esque, or at least has these open environments you can explore. That would be nice. But really, until we see more gameplay, which we will definitely see at E3, that's really all my impressions for it right now. All the news coming out for it hasn't been really on the gameplay, but more as leaked characters and things that are going to in general be in the game. So I'm excited for that. But that's not the only Sonic we can be looking forward to. There's actually a mainline Sonic game in the works for 2015. This was actually leaked, and I believe Sega came out and said that it is happening. And maybe we can look forward to a teaser or something on that game. And as far as that game, a lot of people want it to be like the Sonic Generation or Sonic Unleashed games, where you're basically just boosting through a level with nothing actually being able to hurt you, because your boost kills people. Running into things kills enemies for some strange reason. I don't think that works. I don't think the Flash, unless he vibrates through things, I don't think the Flash can just run through buildings or cars just because he's going fast. I'm pretty sure he will splat and he'd be dead. But okay, it works for Sonic, I guess. Well, the thing about the boost gameplay is, one, it lacks a lot of variety in the gameplay. Like, in those games, like, really that's all you're really doing in the level. You're not doing anything special. There's too many quick time events, and basically even like one of the Sonic producers, or the creator, I'm not sure, I know his name is Izuka or whatever, he's even comments talking about Sonic was basically in those games just run really fast and quick step, and that's really what you did. You really didn't feel like you had much control over Sonic. You feel like you boost and you go along the path, which were pretty much corridors, and you win. You get to the goal, and that's all you do. Nothing can really stop you. Unless you know the level, nothing's going to stop you. You'll know all these quick time events, when to sidestep, when to duck and cover, and slide and all that stuff. And really, that's one of the things. I mean, the gameplay is fun, but at the same time, for me personally, I feel like I'm not really playing a game. I'm just pressing a button going fast. That's it. There's not a lot of input in the gameplay for the player itself, and there's not a lot of variety to change it up. So in hindsight, it actually gets very boring after a while, and you really don't feel like, or at least for me, don't feel like playing through it again, because you've seen everything and you've been through everything. It's just the same freaking thing, so you don't really want to go through it again. Now, Sonic Lost World, I liked the gameplay of that. It had more variety in it, and I liked that. Yes, I think they could have sped up Sonic a little more, and I would love to see flatter levels and levels in general that are set in Sonic's world. But I would love them to go in that direction, not making Sonic just overpowered and just way too fast, where you have to have these quick time events and stuff, but to be able to explore, go as fast as you want, and just be able to have a lot of variety in the gameplay and the scenarios and just different mechanics. I would love that. But one Sonic game that I always wanted, that I thought would really work with Sonic, was an open world Sonic game completely. Like, you're in whatever Sonic's world is. I'd rather it not be him in the real world, because that just doesn't make sense, and it's just always seemed weird. But I would love to see him in his own world, and have actual, freedom to roam around that world and explore at high speeds. You can bring the boost gameplay to that. That will be awesome, to run that fast through the world. That will actually need to be required to get through the world, as fast as possible, and have different missions take place on cutoff areas or their own sections in general, like in most open world games where you'll go to a certain building, and then that building, you go inside, it'll be a level, something similar to that. I always wanted that. And you can play as Tails, you can play as Knuckles, you can play as multiple characters, and they have their own respective play styles. And even with some characters, you can only get to certain places with them, albeit not a lot of places you'll have to be them to get up there. That way, the sense of freedom won't be void when you just want to be one certain type of character and you have to switch and be forced to. But Tails can get up on higher places to get some type of collectible. Knuckles can dig into the ground and go to like underground caves and stuff and explore and stuff like that. Granted, all the characters will be able to run fast, but Sonic will most likely be the fastest, with Tails being the second fastest and Knuckles being the third. That's the type of Sonic game I've always wanted. So, with all this rambling about Sonic, I still have more, wish lists that I want to see at E3 as far as first parties and stuff. I would love to see a 3D Donkey Kong game, Donkey Kong Country game by Retro Studios, period. I think, they need to give Donkey Kong another try in 3D, full 3D environment. And I don't want it to be a collectathon. I want it to be something similar to Super Mario 3D World or Super Mario 3D Land, where it's a fully realized Donkey Kong game in 3D, the same way it plays in the Donkey Kong Country games, but in 3D. And I think Super Mario 3D World and Land were the true transitions for Mario's gameplay in 3D. Other than Super Mario 64, those games didn't have as much platform heavy gameplay, and the level design didn't pertain that much to the original look and aesthetic and design as the original Mario games, like Super Mario World or Super Mario Bros. 3, Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario Brothers 2. So I would love a Donkey Kong game to capture what Donkey Kong Country is and put it into 3D, and you can play as multiple characters. Dixie Kong, maybe bring the Kongs back from Donkey Kong 64, Lanky Kong, and all those other Kongs I can't remember because there's just too many freaking Kongs, period. But another game that I would love to see on the Wii U would be another custom Robo game using the NFC technology. That would be completely awesome, and I think that would completely raise custom Robo's popularity with both kids, adults, and teenagers through the roof. Definitely. Granted, I don't want to have to buy NFC characters for every robot. I want a lot to be actually in game, but if you want these special cool ones that aren't overpowered though, but just look cool in design, here's an NFC character for them. That would be nice. That way you don't feel like you're only going to have like 3 custom robos in your game because you don't have enough money to spend to get at least like 10 of them. No, I don't want it that way. Some have to be in game. But yes, the Custom Robo series is a great series, and actually one of my subscribers suggested Custom Robo with the NFC technology, and that's where I'm getting this from, which was a brilliant idea, I think. So definitely Nintendo, revive Custom Robo, because Custom Robo is a very competitive game. Like, if you have the right parts, you can decimate some people and you can just combo them. It's a very well designed game, though some games, like probably all of them, had some balancing issues, like some weapons and some things were a little bit overpowered, but overall it was just a great experience. It's very tactical and you really gotta know what you're doing, especially like with your pods and stuff, which are basically these little machines that go around that you release, and they go around like have different patterns and stuff. Some will shoot up and then go down or home on the enemy, or some will go straight. Some will be like tiny little robots just roaming around waiting for, you know, your opponent to slip up and knock into them. And you can combo with those. You can combo with your gun, you can combo with your melee. It's just a well designed gameplay. If you guys haven't played Custom Robo DS and you guys still have a DS and stuff, definitely search for that game on like Amazon or eBay and play it. It's a brilliant game. Like, it's the best in the series, definitely. And I would love that, you know, with Custom Robo, you can be able to have this diorama mode like you could in the DS version. And basically with that, when you played people online, they'll be able to see your diorama, and you'll have like these cool settings, like your Custom Robo flying through lava or something with their attached parts and stuff, and they'll be able to see that, and you'll be able to pose them like they were universally posable. Like, you can move everything, their head, their body, their mouth, not their mouths, but their arms, their legs. It was great. It was the best in the series, very ambitious, and I loved the story of it. It was very nice, and I loved the characters in it, and I would like to see them come back, or maybe some new characters. Custom Robo is a great series that Nintendo has that a lot of people have not experienced. So definitely, if you have a DS, get that game, or you have a 3DS that can play DS games, get that game as soon as possible and try it out if you haven't been introduced to the Custom Robo series. It is a blast, and it is truly just a unique masterpiece. I mean, if Nintendo really strive to, they can make Custom Robo just as big as Pokemon if they wanted to, or Yu-Gi-Oh, or any of those type of games or franchises that has you dueling with these little mini figures, or animals or creatures, and or card games and stuff. That's Nintendo could really do that if they tried. So, you know, yeah, the third parties with Wii U is pretty lacking, so I'm sorry guys that I didn't really have much to say about third parties this time around. But yeah, there's not a lot coming out for the Wii U confirmed, other than Transformers, you know, Dark of the Allspark or something like that. Games that are basically movie tie-ins and things like that, that really aren't worth even mentioning. But yeah, we still have another week, maybe 2 weeks to go. So maybe next week I'll be talking about more eShop games and titles. Who knows? But I definitely haven't came up with a subject I can talk about yet, because I've covered a lot of, you know, key things that I want to talk about. But guys, you know, maybe I'll just be talking more about games that I expect coming to E3, because apparently Iwata said that there will be games that are almost finished in development and games that are in early development. So I really am excited to see that stuff. So guys, What do you think about everything presented in this video? What do you think about Custom Robo? If you've ever played it or haven't, tell me that in the comments below. What do you think of Sonic Boom? And what do you think what do you want and what do you think Sega will do with this new mainline Sonic game that's coming out in 2015? What do you think about Call of Duty Advanced Warfare? And what are the third-party games, you know, either they're something that's really under the radar or maybe a movie tie-in, do you think you're going to be interested in? And what are the third-party games that aren't announced currently for the Wii U but could be in the future, do you want to see on a console? I would definitely want to see Evolved on the Wii U. I would love that. I mean, you can use the gamepad as like a scanner or something for the monster if you're on the like human side, or if you're the monster, you can use it as like a sonar. There's a lot of things they can do with that game on the Wii U, but sadly, the Wii U is not nearly powerful enough to play that game. I mean, that game looks gorgeous. But guys, tell me that all in the comments below. I'll have another Road to E3 video next week. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time.